Hey, hello, this is American Contractor. Today's the 29th of January 2014. Just another episode of the American Contractor about Iraq. This is the Islamic State of Iraq and Levant, ISIL, as they're called in the web and around news media. But these are guys. This is the enemy. This is the enemy of Iraq right now, as it stands in Fallujah in Iraq. It just amazes me that they can walk in the open desert like this, and nobody can alert the Iraqi government, so they can send a Cessna over and just destroy them. It's just amazing to me that they can just walk in the desert in Anbar province, and nobody sees it, nobody reports anything. They can just cruise on through and into Fallujah. But they've been busy. They've captured 5 Iraqi soldiers. I believe these are Iraqi Air Force people, but I mean, it's kind of hard to tell of the picture. It's pretty it's kind of, I know you can't tell probably in the video, but it's pretty grainy. I think the Iraqi army though. But the fate of these 5 soldiers, I don't know what's going on with them. So I've been watching, but I don't see any video on them, as I did with the last video with the 5 Iraqi Special Forces soldiers. But let's get into this. A Central Bank of Governor pulls the license of 5 local banks. Just want to point this out. I don't want to get too detailed because I'm trying to find out the 5 banks. We all know one of them is going to be the Al-Warqa Bank, and which it was predictable. But you have people talk about follow policy, follow their policy, and I tell you, don't follow the policy, because they don't follow policy. You got to watch what they do, watch what the Iraqi government does, the banking industry, their actions in Iraq. It's been a policy of the Central Bank of Iraq to increase their capital to 250 billion Iraqi dinar. It's been a policy for 2-3 years now, probably 3 years now if I was to guess. It's about 3 years. CBI had this policy, but they kept delaying it. So then again, you don't follow policy, just follow what they do. It just, this time, the Central Bank of Iraq followed through on their promise. They said if you didn't reach up to $250 billion Iraqi dinars in capitalization for your Iraqi bank, we're going to take away your license. Well, they follow through on their word, so it's good for them. So back again, don't follow policy. If someone says, hey, follow their policy, hey, it's a third world country, it's a war-torn country, the policy don't mean nothing, because do they follow the Iraqi constitution? Let me ask you that. No, they don't. Okay. Iraq's economy is strong despite the events of Anbar, and the only danger is corruption. This was put out just a few days ago, and it's getting pretty bad when you have to reassure everybody that, hey, the Iraq's economy is going good. And I know why they're doing this, because there's people having doubts about the security situation and going into Iraq and working, which people are going to Iraq. Don't get me wrong. It's not that they're not going to Iraq. They are going to Iraq. However, their resources in going into Iraq, the projection to go into Iraq is very limited. They might set up one little office, or say they're going into Iraq, but don't bring in 2 people or 3 people, and then wait for the security to level off or whatever, get better, and then they bring all the other staffing and all the other equipment and whatever they need for their offices to start the business in Iraq. So they might do a headline and say, hey, we're going into Iraq, but I assure you that they're not bringing their whole staffing and their whole offices and projects of the company to the Baghdad area or Iraq. It's just not happening. The fugitive Iraq vice president. This is Tariq al-Hashimi, who was the vice president of Iraq, and he fled to Turkey. He's saying that the conflict may spread over crackdown on Sunnis, which we all know that. And I stated in my last video, this is probably most likely going to happen. Fallujah and Ramadi, it's just the start of it. It's just going to spread to other areas. He says here, I'm not optimistic about the future. I think this spark in Anbar will spread to other provinces. And this is Hashimi talking to a Reuters reporter. Okay, Najafi calls for the end of military actions in Anbar and the expansion of aid to displaced families. There's a lot of people that have been displaced and left and fled Fallujah and Iraq and Ramadi for obvious reasons. I mean, who would want to be in the same town with a bunch of terrorists trying to terrorize you and your family? Kids can't go to school. You can't go to the banks. You can't go shopping to the markets, whatever, because of fear of being kidnapped or killed or tortured. And so he's just calling out, say, hey, you know, we need to aid these people. And he's looking out for his best interest too, because he's a Sunni, high up in the Iraqi government, and I'm pretty sure he feels he's going to be a target too. And the reason why, you know, Fallujah is nearly empty right now, according to the International Committee of Red Cross, and rightly so. If, like I said, if a bunch of terrorists in your town, you're going to leave too. So it's pretty much empty, which is a good thing, because the only left now, hopefully, it's just a bunch of terrorists, ISIL people, who are going to be killed by the Iraqi army. And the Iraqi army is a professional army. They do make mistakes. So I noticed some videos, they do make some really tactical mistakes. But, hey, they're learning. Iraq forces taking back control of western areas. Now, I just want to give this one quote here. Iraqi security forces have taken control of Abu Faraj, said Defense Minister spokesman Mohammed El-Askari, describing the area as an important base for militants, including the Al-Qaeda-linked Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant. So this is just, this little area right here they're taking back is the outskirts of the Fallujah area. So it's not, they haven't went into Fallujah. They're just mopping up a little bit of ISIL people that are hanging out in the fringe, outer areas of Fallujah. And I'm pretty much, they'll be moving in. I'd say give them another 10 days, 10, 11, 12 days, and the assault will begin on Fallujah with the Iraqi army. There's no doubt about it. They're getting ready. Voice of America has a headline: Iraq-Syria war spillover hinders oil fields and pipelines. You know, last year in 2013, the Iraqi pipeline up north was attacked over 54 times. And so this war or conflict in Fallujah and Ramadi is going to affect the oil fields and pipelines. I think they're still pumping out 2 million barrels a day. Might be a little bit less than that, but it is going to hinder. If anybody says no, it's not going to hinder, they're just fooling themselves, because the pipeline will be attacked again. It's just par for the course. Anbar tribes reject negotiations with the Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda is trying to get these Sunni tribesmen in Fallujah who are supporting the Iraqi government, trying to tell them, hey, come support us. We promise, you know, we just won't kill you. So that's pretty good incentive, right? Support us, the Al-Qaeda, and we won't kill you. But these Sunni tribesmen, not all of them, but some of them are supporting the Iraqi government. Sunni tribesmen are supporting a Shia government. So it's not true that all Sunnis hate the Iraqi government and the Shia government. There is some that do support Maliki and his government. The Iraqi government requested 24 AH, which is attack helicopters, 64E or Echo Apache attack helicopters, spare parts, maintenance package, logistical and equipment support, $6.2 billion deal. First, the Iraqi government is going to lease 6 Apache helicopters really quick. They do need them to do this assault in Fallujah, so they're going to get 6 probably immediately. Probably, I bet you this week they'll get the 6 up and running. And then I noticed here, I wrote down here, which will arrive in summer 2014. But I think that's the 24, the 24 ones they bought, because they haven't been built yet. You got to build them. But the 6, they'll immediately get dispatched, lease them to the Iraqi government. And of course, they're going to have the Hellfire missiles. The Iraqi government's requested on the 23rd of January 500 Hellfire missiles, but they received 75 Hellfire missiles back in December. And who knows how much or how many of the 75 they have are left. I hope they have some, but for the assault on Fallujah, but you don't know. So when you do that kind of package deal, arms deal with Iraq, you're going to have U.S. military and the civilian contractors going back, deployed back to Iraq to support the Iraqi government. And all their training of operating the best attack helicopter in the world. And so you're going to have, I said, U.S. military personnel, civilian contractors, technical people that are in support of the Iraqi government to help them with the Apache helicopter, because it is a sophisticated aircraft. It's got the armaments, it's got the tracking systems in it, and it's just an awesome machine. Here is what they're using now with the Hellfire missiles. It's called the AC-208. Iraqi Air Force is firing this Hellfire missile. This is what you see in the videos in the Fallujah. This is what they're firing the Hellfire missiles from. When they ordered that 75 back in December, this is the stockpile that they're using. So the picture here is of the AC-208 Iraqi Air Force and firing a Hellfire missile. And it's just great. It's outstanding that they can, do this, and they're going to upgrade to the Apache helicopter. This is my information to get a hold of me. Emails ac@americancontractor.com. My cell number is 931-444-7110. You can reach me on Skype also at American Contractor, which it's a hit or miss on Skype. Sometimes I'm on it, sometimes I'm not. But the best way to get a hold of me is by email. Please join my mailing list. Go to the American Contractor website and join AmericanContractor.com. Just look at the top there, and you'll see this free newsletter, and just put in your name and email address. Be sure and check your email for the confirmation. And thank you for watching. Make sure you comment and subscribe to the American Contractor YouTube channel. And appreciate, and wait till the next time, next video. Thank you.